Cove Ginger. It's a beautiful day. It's so warm, well, warm, not warm. It's very sunny, that's the word I was looking for. It's definitely not warm, it's really, really cold. He is in an absolutely crazy mood. All the horses are on one a little bit today. When I went to get him from the fields, they were all staring off into the distance at something and screaming their heads off and just generally being a bit wild and crazy. So I let that kind of settle down a bit, and then I caught him and he came down here like a bull in a china shop. But we got him down here. It's only the second time I've been down here with him, so it's all still a bit new and fresh anyway. And I'm just going to have a little play with him, and I thought I'd film it for you because it might be quite entertaining. So my guess is that he's going to be a little bit cheeky because he has that kind of face on today. A little bit naughty. I think he's going to have a lot of energy. I think we're going to get a lot of head tossing, a lot of airs above the ground, a lot of speed. So enjoy. And what I'm going to do is maybe do a voiceover on this when I've finished and when I get back, to kind of talk you through what I do to help him through his crazy moments. So enjoy. So I'm starting my session just by kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt, letting him just circle and move around. He can go at whatever speed or pace he likes, and I'm just kind of observing his behaviour. So he's got quite a fast, short and choppy trot. He's looking out on the circle. That's what I'm looking for though, just a little bit of relaxation. That was nice, but then notice how his head pops straight back up again. So all of that is kind of resistance. Tail swishing, that's him kind of saying, I don't want to be on this circle, I want to do something else, I'm bored. So as I say, I kind of allow him to express that, so I know what kind of mood he's in, even though I was already pretty sure. And now I'm going to start doing something. So I start moving around a little bit, changing direction with him, asking different things of him, and just notice every time I ask him to do something how I get that little head toss or a little tail swish. It's just that little bit of attitude. A little bit more of it there. But that's how I kind of combat that. Do you see how I just walk towards his hind end? So not directly to it because I don't want to get in the kick zone, but I just kind of take away that brace by walking to his hind end. So every time he puts that brace in, I'm going to go towards his back end, because that just stops him from being able to pull on me. So I have to be quite athletic with him, and you know, I have to do what I have to do to not lose him sometimes. If he's in this kind of mood, he can get very strong and, you know, really kind of go for it. So I just have to go with him, and again, just notice how that time I went back towards his hind end again, just to stop that brace. So it just stops him from getting that real straight body and just taking off. So I'm able then to just spin him back round and gain control of the situation again. So I do have to be pretty athletic with him. It's surprising. Sometimes I surprise myself how athletic I can actually get if I need to. But in this session, I was just trying to get a little bit more responsiveness from him, a little bit more attention on me, because as you can see, he's just so interested in everything else other than me. So I'm looking at quality of things. So my quality of circles are pretty bad. My quality of direction changes aren't great because he's cutting in a bit close. He's not really thinking about what he's doing with his feet. They're just kind of going anywhere. So that's what I decided I'm going to work on a little bit in this session. So notice that time, and I'll just rewind it again for you, how when he did the change of direction, I didn't get that big horrible head toss. So that's why I rewarded him this time, because we've got that nice change of direction without resistance. It still could have been better, but I'm not going to be too picky. When he's in this kind of mood, yes, you want to be quite particular with him, but you don't want to get picky because then he's just going to get annoyed. So actually he tried then, I got something a lot better than the last lot, so I'm going to reward that. So I also want you to notice how I reward him. So he got a treat and now he's getting a good rub. And with a horse like this, a slow, soft rub doesn't really do anything. He needs like a proper, full-on, in-your-face scratch, really, really go for it, because that's what he likes. He gets more out of that. And he's the kind of horse as well, he'll push into you, he'll headbutt you if you're not doing enough, so I kind of go above and beyond, and actually sometimes I'll do more than what I just did then. So now what I'm going to work on, now I've got him a little bit calmer, is our direction changes. So direction changes are really good for horses who have a lot of energy because it stops them from building up loads and loads of speed on a circle or on a straight line. So I'll actually do these little half circles, and each time he turns it gives him an opportunity to reconnect with me, be calm, be responsive. So each time I stop him, I'm turning him round to face me, and now I'm being quite particular about how he goes off again. So because he's been getting a little bit close, and I don't like that at the best of times, but especially not when he's a bit excitable like this. So because of that, what I'm doing is actually stopping him and backing him up a step or two before I send him off again. And what I'm looking for when I send him off is for him to sit back on his hind quarters and move that shoulder out away from me. Because just watch as when he goes round, what his shoulder does. See how straight he's keeping his body, and his shoulder just gets closer and closer and closer to me. And that's a real dominance behaviour. So I'm having to be quite particular with him and quite consistent with him to say, no, that's not what I want, that's not how we play the game. You have to make it fair. So I back him up. And notice with my energy where I'm putting it all. I'm putting all my energy towards his shoulder, and he's still not really getting it. He's still just going, no, I don't want to do that. I want to just go around looking like a plank of wood. And I'm just, I'm not getting mad at him. I'm not getting mean. My pressure isn't getting any harder. I'm just being very consistent in what I'm asking. That's slightly better. We're still getting a lot of sass with it though. You notice the head tossing. So I just stay really passive, just keep doing the same thing over and over until he gets the idea. That was much better. So again, I'm just going to rewind that for you and just notice what he does with his shoulder, and that's what's going to get the reward. There, did you see the shoulder go out? Did you see the front legs move well away from the back legs, out to the right, away from me? And that was a really nice stop as well. He came in without the sassy head toss, so he gets a big reward now. So now we've done that, I wanted to just take him out into one of the other meadows and let him just have a good leg stretch. So we've got much more connection now, and hopefully you can see that from this video. Just let him have a good canter, that's what he really wanted to do. So it's a two-way street, he did something that I wanted to do, he improved what I was asking him to improve, so now I've got to give something back to him. He's calm enough, he's a lot more responsive now, so he's, it's safe to go out and do this. So why not just let him go out and just enjoy himself a little bit. And you can see how much more responsive he was. Really, I only thought about asking him to stop and he did.